this kind of gives you an idea of like, it illustrates kind of the way we, you can kind of look at it is like there's always, families applying. There's the eligibility determination. Not everybody's determined eligible. Once again, there's things that we can learn from that. Also, what barriers potentially exist to getting a placement? What we find is that, as much as like 10 to 15% of families get eligible, but don't actually choose a provider. So they're not getting placed. So what's happening there? Why is that happening? Is there some type of inefficiency in the system that we can remove? So it's like learning that type of thing. On top of that, then you actually have placements. And then historically, even with placements, we see that roughly 25% of placements go unused, meaning we have a lot of families who get eligible for subsidy. They have a placement, so they have a scholarship that they can use for childcare, but they end up not using it on a regular basis. So why is that happening? So it's really understanding that life cycle, which I think is really important. And I think this is also, we know, many of us know that, the Office of Child Care is, changing their rules or has changed their rules. And so there's the new focus on enrollment and how we pay based on enrollment. So, this data is going to be really valuable, hopefully, to helping us understand how we amend our policies and practices to be compliant with the pay by enrollment rule that's coming into effect. Move to the next slide. Yeah. And so obviously, as you're doing that analysis, you can create, feedback loops within the agency. So we can, create the ability to publish that information internally, let people know what's going on, provide different layers and aspects of that data so that different groups can understand what's happening and figure out if there's something that they can do and take independent action, or they need to work across, cross-functionally across the agency to make that, to make policy change a reality.